It is every bit 31 degrees. Doesn't feel like June, that's for sure. Gonna change to a much warmer jacket. In my previous videos, I called this a puffy jacket. It is a little puffy, but it's actually really thin, but it's a synthetic insulation. I wore this in Galena in single-digit degree temperatures in the wintertime, and it did it really well. It's really warm for how thin and lightweight it is. I got it on sale at Cabela's this past December for like 50 bucks, so I think this is a score. Definitely throwing that on today. Brought a beanie and a couple layers of gloves just in case. I'm gonna start off with the glove liners, see if that's enough. Sun's just peeking out over the mountain. Back at the North Fork of the Big Wood River. Cold as hell, colder than it was last week. It's been 7 days since I was out here in this area. 7 long days, couldn't wait to get back. Very excited for this trail. Switch up the gear a little bit. This jacket, as thin and lightweight as it is so warm. I feel better already. Decided to go with my Merrell Speed Strike 2 mid hiking boots. Got some rain yesterday through Idaho, central and southern Idaho, and I figured just go a little bit more rugged with my footwear compared to my trail runners, although they've done awesome on a lot of trails. And I upped my pack weight this week to 20 pounds. Still feels great with this torso adjustment and load lifters and all that. Feels very good. Carries 20 pounds really well. Yeah, it was really cool. I was coming down this long 5 or 6 mile dirt road that I told you guys about last time. And in front of me, heading to the East Fork Trail again, was Bridget. Same time as last week, same day of the week as last week, same person. I thought that was really cool. So when she pulled off to the right to go to the East Fork, I rolled down the window and waved, and she smiled and waved. I thought that was awesome. Very cool. Happy trails, Bridget. This already looks like an entirely different area than the East Fork. Looking at a 8.7 mile out and back, so just over 4 each direction. 1,500 feet of elevation gain. Estimated to take around 4 hours to complete. I elected to go with the full water bladder system this time, since it is a longer trail, and that eliminates me having to stop and take my pack off, because like I mentioned before, this pack, you don't have access to reach your water bottle while you're hiking, because it does have really tall pockets and compression straps and all that. So hopefully with these temperatures, my straw doesn't freeze, because like I said, it is 31 degrees. Now, based on the trailhead registry, it looks like there's been someone out here the last few days in a row. At least once a day there's been somebody registering. It looks like it's a well-traveled trail. It's supposed to be really beautiful. Bridget told me a lot of great things last week when I saw her on the East Fork. Yeah, we got 4 weeks left till my Sawtooth adventure, the Alice Toxoy Loop. So as I was saying a minute ago, that's why I upped my pack weight a little bit higher. Just want to stay in backpacking shape, keep the body used to carrying weight on long distances. With all that being said, let's get going on this trail. There we go, back in the official Hemingway-Boulders Wilderness area of the Sawtooth National Forest. Ah, hell yeah. Let's go. Holy cow. That is wild. That is a big ass deadfall. Looks like some people made a little trail, either that or game or something made a trail to go around, which is awesome. As expected, it's a pretty steep uphill hike already. Not terrible just yet, but I think we started out at 6,400 feet and the climb should take us to just over 8,000. So it's a pretty good one. Aside from the deadfalls, it's a pretty well maintained trail so far. See if I can go under and up and over. Oy. Oy, oy, oy. There's the Big Wood River down there. This is crazy. Like, look at all these deadfall trees. Deadfalls are, I don't know if they'd just be from landslides, rain, snow runoff. It's crazy. It's like in the books I'm reading by Patrick Taylor. He describes the Frank Church Wilderness, which is up north of here. And he says when he goes through these areas of deadfalls, it's like somebody dumped out a box of chopsticks. And that's exactly what this reminds me of. But yeah, this is definitely a completely different landscape almost than, oh, look at the river. Kind of a completely different landscape than the East Fork. But it is freaking beautiful. Definitely seems like a little bit more rugged of a trail than the East Fork. Oh man, that is really cool, that river. Got a little bit of a steep descent right now, but not terrible. Not bad at all. Sick. right here along the Big Wood River. Oh my gosh. Check it out. Crazy. This is beautiful. How about that view? Had to stop and get a potential thumbnail picture right there. Some pictures for the IG. God, this is amazing. That is just unreal. I'm telling you, the Idaho backcountry is something magical. It can be very rough and rugged with temperatures and terrain and wildlife and all that, but man, the Idaho backcountry is freaking gorgeous. It's getting warm in this jacket already. Getting a little more sun now. But man, I can't say enough good things about this jacket. The weather it survived, how warm it is, how lightweight it is. And for 50 bucks at Cabela's, shoot. It's called the Ascend Hawkbill. I'll put a little picture or something down here in case anybody wants to check it out. I know a lot of backpackers take down puffies, and I still may invest in one in the future, but backpacking gear is so damn expensive. But this thing works great. Like I said, it's really lightweight and you can compact it down, stuff it in your bag, keep it in a dry bag, stuff it in the top, the bottom, whatever for shape, you know. And it is so freaking warm. Pretty soon I'm gonna have to take this off here and just rock the shade hoodie. God, I just cannot get over this. It is just view after view after view. You guys ready? This is so beautiful. Oh man, this is crazy. Never in a million years would I have ever thought this is the kind of stuff I'd be doing weekly in the best shape of my life. 11 months sober to the day today. Man, Idaho never ceases to amaze me. I think this is the longest I've ever taken to go this distance into a trail, just because I keep stopping to take pictures and film, and my God, it's just so freaking beautiful. All right, a little mini creek crossing. Now these mid-hiking shoes or mid-hiking boots, whatever you want to call them, that I'm wearing today, they've survived, gosh, 9 months of all kinds of terrain and trails with me, but as much as I love them, they're not fully waterproof. So this one I am going to take slow and go across the logs because they are not Gore-Tex waterproof like my trail runners are. But this is just a small kind creek crossing, nothing crazy. God, it smells amazing out here. It just smells like raw nature. Like, God, I just can't get over this. Now, I know some lifelong Idahoans and locals don't like the idea of someone filming their experiences out in the backcountry, because I completely understand why too. Let me just say that. There's a lot of people who don't respect the wilderness for what it is. A lot of people that leave trash, leave footprints. They don't pack it in, pack it out. They don't respect the area for what it is. But man, as long as you respect the area, treat it with the love and admiration and respect it deserves, pack it in, pack it out, leave no trace. It's hard for me not to tell people that they need to experience this. This is what helped me change my life. and I just cannot get enough of it. Some cold wind gusts. Glad I didn't take this jacket off yet. But yeah, this is something that I hope everyone with a passion for the outdoors gets to experience. This is just amazing. Something very healing about being alone in the wilderness. Now, on the topic of wind gusts, there was little or no chance of rain in the forecast today, even though the rain came through yesterday. There was wind gusts up to 25 miles an hour starting around 10 a.m., which it's 9:41, so makes sense. And the wind up at this elevation is definitely chilly, but I feel great right now. Feel great. Definitely trying to watch my footing on this section. Don't want to get too careless and too caught up in the ridiculous beauty around me and misplace my step and roll an ankle. God, this is so amazing. Be prepared for me to say that a whole lot in this video, because it's just incredible. Go through so many areas close by each other, and it just feels like a new place each time. God, it's gorgeous. For being a designated wilderness area, I gotta say, this trail is pretty dang well maintained, especially with the hot and cold weather we've had lately. These on and off storms rolling through. Definitely pretty easy hike so far. Some narrow sections, some steep downward sections. For how much elevation gain is listed on this trail, with us being basically halfway to the top, I'm planning on my work being cut out for me in the next 2 miles. But you know, as I say, I like to earn it. I don't want some easy walk in the park. I'm always down to do any trail to see any new sights, but my preference, my jam, my speed is something that you gotta earn, something a little more rugged. I wanna climb a little bit. I wanna have some challenge. I'm sure I'm gonna get what I asked for. I also love trails like this where during the week you're not gonna see many people, because then I could film those cinematic vlogger walks of shame type shots. All right, another creek crossing. Pretty shallow, but I anticipate my feet still getting wet. Try to use some of the stepping stones here. Ooh. All right, not too bad. Pretty graceful, huh? What do we think? Is this going to be the day we're going to finally see Scorpion?
Get over here!
Guess it'd be his claw chain things versus my 10mm. I don't know. I got the velocity, but he's got the accuracy and control. What do you guys think? All right, coming up to a fork. Left for Upper North Fork, right for West Pass Creek. West Pass Creek is that way. Upper North Fork is that way. I'm almost sure we're gonna go that way. Oh, there's a deer way off in the distance. Oh, I'll have to see if I could have zoomed in way up at that tree right there. There's a pretty big doe. I'll check the trail map real quick. See if the distance is reasonable to hit both. Oh yeah, West Pass Creek goes up over almost 9,800 feet. I don't know if we'll be able to do that just yet. We stay at about 8,600 feet, 8,500 feet on this trail. That would be really cool though. Maybe we'll venture down that way a little bit on the way down, but I'm gonna stick to the map for North Fork for today. Let's continue on to Upper North Fork. Beautiful. Definitely feeling some of that elevation gain now, as expected. Wow. What a backdrop, huh? I think it's definitely time to take this jacket off and go to the sun hoodie. Oh my God, this view just opened up. That is freaking insane. There's still a shit ton of snow on that mountain. Let me see if I can reference what mountain that is or what peak that is. Is that... That's GALENA Peak. Oh shit. What a trip. I was right on the other side of that in the miner's yurt 6 months ago or 5 months ago. That is wild. How freaking cool. That's literally where I was at, on the other side of that peak. Almost 6 months ago. Yeah, next week will be 5 months ago, sorry. Next week will be 5 months ago. Oh my gosh, that is so freaking cool. That right there is GALENA Peak. I was on the other side of that peak 5 months ago when I snowshoed up to the yurt up in the mountains and stayed overnight. How freaking cool. I knew we were close by Galena, but I didn't know I was going to be hiking that close to GALENA Peak. That is insane. I could see that peak from the yurt that I stayed in 5 months ago. I never would have thought then that I'd be doing this now. How freaking cool. Man. What a trip. Man, Bridget wasn't kidding about the beauty of this hike. Love the East Fork Trail. That was awesome. But this is just... at the Big Wood River, the North Fork. And on the other side of the tree, out there off in the distance, is GALENA Peak. Just can't get over it sometimes. Less than a mile to the top. Just about a mile to the top. Definitely feeling that elevation, but I would say this is more sneaky elevation. Like nothing crazy, but you feel it, you know? Looks flat, but it's not. Once you turn around and look back and look to the side over this way, you see the angle of the slopes, you're like, okay, yeah, I'm climbing. God, it's always trippy to look back too and see the backdrop. Like I came from miles out that way. How freaking awesome. It is sunny up here, but it is chilly. That is for damn sure. Definitely chilly up at this elevation. Whew. It's no joke. This is one hell of a trek. Just over a half a mile to go. All right, getting close. Holy shit. This is getting rough up here. This is the point in the video where I usually say, and we are out here, folks. We are really out here for real. Man, Mother Nature is just insane. The way it destroys itself and rebuilds. Man, this is really trippy. See some more deer tracks on the trail right here. I think I'm more worried about these deadfalls than I am seeing a critter. I mean, it is just littered with them out here. And with the wind picking up, some of these things are swinging. Need to keep an eye out for that on the way down and for the rest of the way up. God, some of these are massive. Check out this one right here. Look at that thing broken off at the base right there. It goes all the way out. over here. That's what worries me more than anything. Whew, feeling the burn. Feels good. Feels good to be alive. We're getting there. I'll stop here in a minute and check the map. It's getting really windy and really chilly. There's the river behind us again. Check out that view where we came from. This is what we're looking at here. There's the river. Pretty dense forest full of deadfalls and stuff. Just over 4.5 miles in. I think we're 4.6. This looks like this is where the trail ends. There's a game trail going up through the forest that way. But according to the all trails map, yeah, 4.63 miles in. This is officially the top of the trail. Unless you want to bushwhack it yourself through that. Which I'm good. What a beautiful, beautiful trail. Amazing scenery. Like I figured, the last 2.5 miles are where all the challenging elevation gain parts were. A little more rugged trail, rocky in some spots, and damn, there's some huge tracks out here. I wonder if that's elk or if that's some huge ass deer. Oh man. GALENA Peak's on the other side. Back there. Check this out. Oh man. This is just so freaking stunning. So amazing. Rugged and tough and challenging, but freaking amazing. This little tree looks like a good landmark to call the place to turn around and head back down. God, look at this. I don't know, I think this is an appropriate place for it. Woo! Might have scared some wildlife away. Maybe someone is coming up the trail, they heard me. They know somebody's up here. All right. Well, friends and family, you know how I do. On the way down, it's my time to soak it in. Life is beautiful. Glad I came out today. Yesterday was tough, staying in the house all day. Rainstorm cleared up about halfway through the day, but you guys know me, I'm an early bird. If I don't get an early start, I don't go out late in the day. All right, time to strap you guys to the backpack and bust out the other trekking pole. Start that 4.63 miles back down. See you guys back at the trailhead. All right, beautiful hike down so far. The wind's picking up a little bit, but it is at least getting warmer. This is the spot we passed earlier where that direction would take you to the West Pass Creek. And looking at the map a little bit right now, it looks like that'd be a good day hike in its own. That may be something that there's a potential loop that connects them up at the top or something, but the distance and elevation looks like this would be a good day hike in its own, not on the way back down from this one and then back up that one. So I'm gonna do a little more research on that before I commit to this one today, but just the distance we got left is going to put us right at 9 miles for the day today, so not a bad hike. But we're about 2 miles or so from the finish line, so keep going. A couple of deer. There's one there and there's one behind it. One in front looks like a buck. One behind it looks like a doe. Yeah, they're muleys. They got little rope tails with black tips. But we're almost done. It has been 4 hours and 25 minutes, and I was estimating about 4.5 hours for this trail just because some of the shots that I like to get or some of the filming, stuff like that. But saw a couple deer on the way down. I think I saw one deer on the way up. That was it. No other critters. I'm pushing a good pace now to get this done and over with. Although it's kind of one of those moments where it's like, man, I don't want it to go over with. Anyways, enough rambling. We'll save that for the very end of the video. I'll see you guys at the trailhead. There we go, off in the distance right there. There's the trailhead and there's my baby. Another one down, baby. 2026, the year of big adventures. Another trail in the books. God, it just keeps getting better every time. 10 out of 10 recommend. Gorgeous scenery, beautiful, beautiful area. Very similar to the East Fork, but completely different in its own way, if that makes any sense. Felt like a lot of the elevation gain was isolated to the back end. There was so much of this trail that was flat also leading up to that, so not a terribly hard trail. Some spots are really narrow and slippery, but for a somewhat experienced hiker, that's a very enjoyable trail. And the scenery, man, this, God, I can't say it enough. It's so beautiful. So if you're one of the people that has watched my last video of 2 days exploring this area, Alone on Purpose is what I called it, in tribute to the books by Patrick Taylor I've been reading. Oh, that's cool, military jet. Whoa! That was sick. He did like one of those side maneuvers. Anyways, if you watched Alone on Purpose, my last video, I know it was a long one, but I'm trying to be as authentic as possible with my full experience in the outdoors. Not just gonna paint some picture of all happy and fast-paced cinematic stuff, you know. I want to give an authentic experience, but I also want to create something that's enjoyable to watch. So if you spent an hour and 40 minutes of your day watching my video, thank you. I love you, and I can't even tell you how much I appreciate it. Here we are. Hell yeah, another one in the freaking books. What a gorgeous day. Gorgeous, gorgeous day. Amazing experience. Oh man. 4 weeks from now, I'll be on a 3-day backpacking trip in the Sawtooths, further out that way. Oh man, this is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. North Fork of the Big Wood River Trail. Woo! Oh man. All right. With that hooting and hollering done, it's time to get my ass in the truck and head back 2.5 hours back that way. Maybe we'll stop and get a burger, but anyways, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Follow your dreams. Do what you're passionate about. Whether it's something like this or whether you have something different entirely, just freaking do it. Be smart, do your research, all that happy horse shit. Get out there and do it. Love y'all. See you in the next adventure.
I knew when I left the East Fork Trail last week that it wouldn't be long before I'd be at the North Fork Trail. And after waiting all week in anticipation, I had really high hopes going into this adventure, and it definitely did not disappoint. I'm extremely grateful for my time in the outdoors and what it's done for my life, and I hope you all get to experience it too. Thank you again to everybody for joining me on another adventure.
Alright, well after passing by this Snow Bunny Gourmet Burgers drive-in place so many times over the last 9 months or so since I started coming up to this area, finally had to stop. Got some fries and fry sauce. If you're not from an area that sells fry sauce, it's like this Thousand Island kind of tasting fry sauce. It's really good. I had never seen it until I moved up to Idaho. Let's try these fries. Yeah, this place, oh shit. This place is kind of like one of those old school drive-in burger stops. Small town kind of thing. Pretty damn good. Definitely got like an old school, pretty simple burger joint kind of approach. I have to remember to get that fry out from below my seat. Really wishing I would have got a shake. I think I should have. Sometimes those real simple shakes from these like old school burger places are the best. But I was gonna get a bacon burger and I ended up going for the Snow Bunny burger because that's the name of the place, Snow Bunny. It's got smoked ham and Swiss cheese. Very interesting. Nice big beef patty there. Yeah, very simple, but very good. Very freaking good, especially after a 9.2 mile hike. Very good. Really good prices too, especially for this area. It's like $7 for the burger, $3 for fries. God, I should have got a chocolate shake. Oh, wild cherry Pepsi. Haven't had that in so long. There's something about these old school burger joints and the fountain drinks and foam cups. So good. 10 out of 10 recommend.